Well, I think it's safe to say that things didn't quite go out exactly how we expected. Anyways, welcome back to the Ocarina of Time walkthrough. Last time we completed the very first dungeon, and now it is time to venture out. There's not really anything else you can do particularly here right now. Well, there is, but I'm just not doing it right now. I kind of just want to get into it. So you can actually come inside of Mida's house and you can find him sulking here. He's just gonna, well, he doesn't really tell you to leave, he just, well, questions you, but that's all. Anyways, once you're done just messing around, saying your goodbyes or whatever, you can go ahead and leave through the exit right here, which if you tried this previously before beating the Great Deku Tree, you actually wouldn't be able to leave because this kid right here would have been blocking the way, just like how Mida was blocking the little corridor to the Great Deku Tree. But for whatever reason, he's standing aside here, so now we can leave. Alright, welcome to Hyrule Field, biggest place in the game. You'll be here a lot. As soon as you step forward and then make a right, you will be interrupted by a actually very important but very irritating, as many say, a very irritating character to this game, Kaepora Gaebora the Owl. And why is he irritating, you ask? Well, because he talks so much, and whenever he's done talking, he gives you an option that's kind of backwards, and I'll tell you what I mean once you get to it, but he talks so much and he tricks you sort of into talking to him again. Now, he's not a bad guy or anything, he's just, hated very much by the community. Anyways, to talk more about Hyrule Field, this place, of course, is going to have a huge part of this game, and this is what I mean. He says, did you get all that? You want to scroll down and press yes, otherwise he will just repeat everything he said again. And even if you didn't understand what he said, it's really doesn't really matter all that much. You can just enter or go back to Kokiri Forest and then come back into Hyrule Field, and then you can just listen to him ramble again. Anyways, our mission is to head north. As you can see, there are many different exits, if you look on the map on the bottom right corner. Many different exits to go to, and our mission is to go to the one on the north. So, if you look way off into the distance, you can see a drawbridge up against a castle wall, and that is our destination. And actually, if you look up in the sky, you'll notice the sun is going down because, believe it or not, yes, of course, time exists in this game. I know, something you probably wouldn't have thought about. I mean, it's called Ocarina of Time for a reason now, isn't it? So, what you really want to do is you want to try and make it to the castle before nighttime. I didn't do it, but that was on purpose because I wanted to show what happened if you didn't. It is possible to make it to the castle before reaching nighttime, but you know, you just gotta be fast. So as a new player, I'm assuming that you're not going to make it before nighttime, which is okay because I didn't my first time either. And actually, I didn't even describe these new enemies here popping up in the ground. These here are stalchildren, or stalchild. A lot of people say stalchilds, but that's not correct English because the plural for child is children. Anyway, they're not all that threatening. They only take about, what, a half heart of damage, as you just saw. And only, no, a quarter heart. Only 2 hits to kill, and they spawn all throughout Hyrule Field, and sometimes they get bigger as you fight them. You fight more and more of them, they just get bigger. And they are sort of like undead zombie skeletons. I don't know quite what you would label them, but yeah, they just kind of linger here, and they're here all throughout the night. And now that it is morning again, they're gone. They go into the ground. And of course, it also reset the daytime cycle here too, because now it is morning. And morning in this game is from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or daytime is 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Alright, here is Hyrule Castle Town. It only took us about 5-6 minutes to get here, but here we are. First place of interest is in here. Now, it may not really seem all that interesting. Well, maybe it does. There are a lot of jars to break, so you're probably wondering what those are about. You can talk to this soldier guard right here. He doesn't really have anything interesting to say other than the fact that he's really bored and he wishes that someone would cause trouble. For example, like breaking jars. So, interesting. So, of course, he tells you how you can break jars. Now, there are 2 options. You can pick them up and throw them using the A button, like this. But that's boring. That's way too slow. You may have noticed, you may have not noticed, you can use your sword in here. That's right, the B button icon is not only 50% visible or something. You can actually use your sword in here, and you can keep coming back here for pretty much as much rupees as you want to. My wallet is almost full. In the beginning of this game, you can only carry up to 99 rupees. Not very much, but a decent amount. But actually, our main point of interest is in this box right here, the one close to the steps. Roll into it, and it will reveal another Golden Skulltulia token. So if you're following up with me so far, you should have 4 Gold Skulltulia tokens. If you missed any of the other 3, then I got all of them in the previous video, so if you missed any of those, just watch the previous video to find out where they are. Continuing on though, let's go ahead and make it to the central square here of this castle town, the market. Now, very nice, lively place. A lot of people to talk to here. Main person of interest is this little girl right here. She's kind of singing to herself, and she's going to point out that, well, your clothes are different. So her dad is on a mission to delivering milk over to the castle, which you can see is just to the north here on the map. And that is our next place of interest. So here it is, Hyrule Castle's northern Hyrule Field. Hyrule Castle Field is really a better name for this place, but anyways, here is Kaepora Gaebora again. If you're not annoyed by him yet, I guarantee soon you will be. You'll notice his head is upside down too. That's a little bit weird, but no, that was intentional. He did that on purpose. So he's trying to explain to you that you can't just walk through here as much as you please. You have to hide because there are guards here, and if they see you, then they're going to kick you out. And remember last time you selected yes? Well, you better select no this time, or else he will ramble on again. Alright, so fear not, I will show you the proper path. But actually, there are a couple more things to do here as well. You can roll into this tree right here, not pick up a rock, like this. You can roll into the tree right there, and would you look at that, there is another Golden Skulltulia, which makes this makes 5 Golden Skulltulia tokens. Very nice. So you'll see right here, look at that, the gate is closed. As I was saying, you can't just go through there and say, I'm here to see the princess, let me pass. No, they're not going to be convinced that easily. You actually need to reload the area, so go back into the market and you'll find out that that girl, Malon, is gone. So, probably wondering, well, where is she? So her dad is in the castle, so it could be that she came by down here, I guess, to wait for him. So here she is. What you want to do is you want to talk to her, and then she's going to chat with you for a few minutes, and She's gonna think it's very silly that her dad, being an adult, is irresponsible and lazy and falls asleep during a delivery job. So after she's done talking, she will eventually, hand you over a weird egg. And what this is used for is you need to incubate it and wait until it hatches into a chicken. Probably one of the weirdest things you'll ever have to do in a Zelda game, I know, but I promise it is worth it. I promise it is important. So go ahead and equip that, and maybe the Fairy Ocarina if you haven't already. And these vines right here, you may or may not have noticed them. You can climb them. So once you climb them, you can just go ahead and travel your way up here. And actually, I just want to show off something a little cool real quick. You come over here onto this, gate bridge, and then you come over to the bird statue in the front, and you can actually interact with it, and it tells you the current time of the day. As a kid, I never knew this. I only, I found that out through the internet, so there's that. That's pretty cool. So you can come up the path here, and you'll find seemingly a dead end. The sign even says so, really. I mean, look at this. Just a giant rock in the way, and then you can interact with it, and it tells you, yeah, we don't know what's going on. That aside, you can't just go up the path right there. You will get caught. You want to trail up this slope, and then just follow my path right here through the field. Do not go towards the stairs. They will catch you, and they won't be very happy with you. So you want to come over to these aren't vines, but they're climbable rocks. I think in the 3DS version they changed the texture to look like vines, but these are climbable. It's a climbable wall. Go over the climbable wall, climb it, and then make your way up through this other small hill. Very weird layout, but here it is. Now, so jump into the water and you can swim and collect some rupees. And actually, a little tip for you, you can jitter the B button to make you swim slightly faster. And of course you can pick up some extra rupees. Not very useful in my case because I have a full wallet, as you notice on the bottom left corner. So here we are finally, Hyrule Castle. This is the entrance, and we see seemingly Mario here, sleeping without a hat. Anyway, so this is Malon's dad. So it's our job to wake him up, but we actually need to wait until morning. So you wait, and then finally a chicken will hatch from your egg after the night. And you can see some of Link's idle animations. I really like them. So after he runs away like a complete maniac, you can go ahead and start grabbing these giant cartons of milk, or wooden boxes, if you will, and you'll notice that the ground sort of goes down a little bit, almost like it's a block puzzle path. Well, that's because it is. This is one of the rarities you will see a block puzzle outside of a dungeon in a Zelda game. This is one of those times. And if you're wondering about the door that's on that tower right there, no, you cannot open it. Pretty much everyone who played this game as a kid has tried to open that door, including me, and no, it doesn't go anywhere. I'm very sorry. But it still makes me very curious as to what is behind the door. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and push these over until you create a big enough ledge to where you can jump from the boxes onto the waterfall there. And don't worry about pushing it off the edge because it won't let you. So jump on over and then enter on. Alright, do you like stealth sections? Me neither. So here is the first stealth section of this game. Well, actually technically our second, because our first one, although not really that obvious, was outside whenever, we were still hiding from the guards. But these ones are mobile, so these ones will move around. They do not retrace their paths, at least some of them don't. This one doesn't. It's not necessarily harder as you progress, and of course, well, the main objective here is to not be seen. This time I got really lucky because they both walked away. Surprisingly, they are actually very short-sighted. Now, there's an easy way to do this one and a difficult way. You could just wait until he goes behind and then walk there in the front alongside the fence, but this is the more challenging way. This is the way I always tried to do as a kid and failed. So you want to very slowly walk across this platform right here. Again, you don't have to do this. You can just walk alongside the fence when he hides. Anyway, after that, here is this one right here. You get a wall that you hide behind, and then in the middle you get sort of what looks like a statue of, I'm guessing, the King of Hyrule, and maybe some soldiers. I don't know. It looked really cool, but of course now, being 2021, it looks incredibly ridiculous and outdated. But, I mean, come on, this is a 90s game. It still looks incredible even now, I think. Alright, the last one here. These ones, well, kind of stick together. Some of them walk fast, some of them walk slow. As you've noticed, these ones walk fast, and they don't walk very far whenever they do walk, so I guess they just make tiny short paths, and then once they're far enough away they just don't load until you pass this hedge. There's another statue. It looks like something you'd find in like Greek or Roman literature or something. I don't quite know. Anyway, he actually is far enough away for you to pass through, but if you weren't sure if you were, you still have plenty of time to get through. So go ahead and enter through to the next area. Okay, this is the real castle courtyard, the non-stealthy part. You can make as much noise and commotion here as you want. As a matter of fact, I think I will. Pull your slingshot out and shoot this window, and this guard, although not questioning who you are or what you're doing here, he'll just throw a bomb out at you. Do you believe it? Let's try this window, see if anything happens. But actually first, you can look inside and you can see characters from Super Mario 64. It's pretty interesting. You can see Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and Bowser. So there's 5 characters there already. Pretty cool reference that they have. You shoot this window and actually you get 20 rupees from it. Very nice. So if your wallet wasn't full like mine is, well, it probably is full now. Once you're done messing around with that, climb up these stairs and let's speak to the Princess of Hyrule herself. Well, now that she's done talking, let's turn around and... Oh, mysterious figure is here. Let's go and talk to her. Finally, we can put the ocarina to use. Go ahead and follow the same notes using the C buttons, and there you go.